Finally, we can talk about the big game. We actually did it on the show today. We went 2 weeks, proud of Bob and I, and didn't talk about the matchup. We didn't spend every day talking about quarterback this or quarterback that. We luxuriated in the Ray Lewis story. We enjoyed aspects of some of the other things that went on during Super Bowl week and waited until the last day to actually focus on the game, which makes us razor sharp right now.
Right.
As we tell people what we think are the biggest X factors, what may tilt this game one way or the other.
Right, and I mean, listen, it could be anything. You could pick any player, any moment in the game, but I'm gonna focus on a player. And I said this on the show today that a huge X factor for me in this game is Anquan Boldin. I think he's a guy that can be incredibly damaging, and he's a guy that is shown to make big catch after big catch. He's got phenomenal hands. He's got size on their secondary. He's got physicality on their secondary. Even though the 49ers are a very physical secondary, very physical defense across the board, but I think he can match it, and I think he can be absolutely crucial to what the Ravens do. And I think if he's a guy that ends up with a 7, 8, 9 catch day over 100 yards, I think that bodes very well for that Raven team.
It's a little bit different than what I said on the air, but it's still the same sort of thing. My guy is Justin Smith. Justin Smith, if he is what he was, if he can be playing at the level, and he hasn't quite done it yet in the postseason, if he can be back playing the way he was, his impact on Aldon Smith can make all the difference in this game. I think they can have Flacco under siege the whole time. The 49ers are strong in other ways. We know how they play. We know what they want to do is get pressure on the quarterback with 4 guys. They're usually good at it with Smith, Justin Smith playing well. The 49ers have had an extra week off. The week off, I think, really helped them in terms of that. I expect Smith to bounce back and be the guy that he was earlier in the year, and Aldon Smith, who has kind of vanished over the past couple of weeks, to have a couple of sacks, because we've talked about the game. I think we both are picking San Francisco. I'm picking them big, though, and I think you believe it's going to be a closer game.
Yeah, you've got a couple. You've got double digits.
I think they blow them out. Yeah, I think it's a blowout Super Bowl.
It's going to feel like a blowout if the 49ers win. I don't care.
No matter how they win?
No, I don't want them to win, but I'm like you. I'm picking them to win. But I think, the Ravens can do some things to disrupt what Colin Kaepernick does, and we've seen him get disrupted. We saw it here at CenturyLink. Now, they're not going to have the noise advantage because, as we talked about, very corporate crowd at these games. So I don't think you're going to see a scenario where either quarterback is going to be, looking, I can't hear. It's not that kind of crowd. But I think if the Ravens somehow, some way can rattle him, and he's shown he can be rattled perhaps, that's going to be obviously a very obvious huge key for him. But I'm leaning toward I'm picking the 49ers to win, unfortunately.
Well, enjoy the game as much as you can.